Right now, we're tracking road conditions, what to expect as you head out the door this morning.
Plus, Madison under a snow emergency, how that's going to affect where you can park in the city tonight.
As one storm departs, we're watching another one that will bring us a little bit of snow later tonight. We'll track it for you coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
I'm Leah Lynchine. Thanks for waking up with us. You're also waking up to a beautiful winter wonderland out there. Look how many inches of snow are on those trees.
It's just caked on everything. I mean, everything is just got a nice thick layer of snow on it. Kind of crusty this morning, Kelly.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be a little bit, the slush that we had yesterday, that was that heavy wet snow. That's why it's stuck to all those trees out there. Now that temperatures are dropping below freezing for some, it's starting to freeze up, so that slush is starting to turn fairly crusty. That storm is departing. We're quiet for now, but it looks like as we go into this evening, Alberta Clipper is going to bring us some snow. Right now, it is starting to spread some snow over the Dakotas. Still has yet to get organized. Typically, they kind of stumble over the Rockies, but this should start to organize over the afternoon hours and bring us about some snow later on tonight. So we're looking at about 1 to 3 inches overnight. This is not going to be that heavy wet snow that we had yesterday. This will be a powdery snow going through the overnight into tomorrow morning. A stronger storm system will bring us more snow, a little bit more heavy snow, a little bit more accumulation expected Friday night going into a Saturday, then bitterly cold temperatures for Sunday into much of next week. So we're getting a lot of winter here in just a week to 2 weeks time frame. So we have dipped below freezing here in Madison at 31, still 32 in Middleton and Fitchburg, 32 in Mazomanie this morning. So just cloudy skies this morning, temperatures dipping a couple degrees before they start to climb back into the lower 30s today, but it will be dry this afternoon. It won't be until after the dinner hour, say about 7, 8 o'clock, we will start to see some of this snow spread into the Boscobel, Platteville, Mineral Point area, Madison area, 8:30, 9 o'clock. That should be with us through the midnight hour, 1, 2 o'clock before it starts to move on to the east. Just cloudy skies right now, 31 degrees, that northwest wind bringing in some of those cooler temperatures. That's why I expect those numbers to fall in the 20s. Not only the storm tonight, but we'll talk more about that one going into a Friday and Friday night. See how much snow we can expect coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Now let's check those road conditions out there. Shane Hogan's out on the weather patio. How are things looking across the region?
Hey, Chris, you know, things are looking slushy, I would say, right now, at least for the most part. There are some stretches of slippery roads. We'll get into that in just a second. I want to focus first on Madison and the Madison surrounding area. You can see, for the most part, kind of green around that area. But when I'm talking about Madison, I'm talking the Beltline, things like Highway 51. I'm not necessarily talking about those specific East Washington Aves. Those kinds of smaller streets, those don't show up on the WISC maps here in detail like the bigger roads do, like the Beltline. So I just want to make that clarification for folks out there. If you're heading out west to Mount Horeb, Verona, that area, 18 is seeing some slippery stretches. You see that pink in the middle of your screen there. 18 also out to the east. If you're heading towards Cambridge, ice covered. You see that red area there. There was a pretty bad accident, fatal accident that way yesterday. We do have one crash to report this morning. It's up north near Portage on I-90, 94 west. It's right around exit 106. The right lane is blocked up in that general direction. So if you're heading up there, keep an eye on that. But like I said, right now things aren't too bad for the most part. As you get further away from Madison, those slippery stretches, ice-covered stretches start to come in. But right now, if you're staying in the Madison area, not too bad this morning.
All right, Shane Hogan helping us navigate the roads out there this morning. Shane, thank you very much. Here in Madison, a snow emergency is in effect until Thursday morning at 7. That means some of the rules for parking are going to be different for you, so listen up. During a snow emergency, everyone in Madison has to follow those alternate side parking rules. That's even if you usually park in the snow emergency zone downtown, which is exempt from the rules, except during a snow emergency. So here are the rules. On odd days, park on the odd numbered side of the street and vice versa from 1 until 7 a.m. That means you should be on the even side this morning. Make sure you park on the odd side overnight tonight.
6:04 now. You're taking a look at the weather pattern we're seeing that's affecting other parts of the country. Heavy rains, flooding, even tornadoes hitting parts of the south over the past few days, killing at least 4 people. CBS News' Jared Hill reports.
This morning, the cleanup continues after winter weather wreaked havoc across the country. Suspected tornadoes tore a path of destruction through the South. From this mobile home park in North Carolina, where at least one person died, to South Carolina, Alabama, and Florida, where this house in Panama City was uprooted.
It was a freight train hitting a brick wall. That's how loud it was.
A person in Graceville, Florida, described the frantic scramble for shelter as the storm ripped through the roof.
I have a bathroom down in the middle of the house. As I was trying to get there, the back of the house was ripping off.
In Louisiana, a tornado blew the roof off this thrift store.
We're the people who help everyone, and we feel like we can't help no one because we're in this predicament.
The storm brought gusting winds that uprooted trees and heavy downpours that led to flooding throughout the mid-Atlantic and parts of lower New England.
It's a little miserable out. It'd be more fun if it was snow.
The snow did blanket parts of the Midwest, making driving dangerous in Nebraska and Iowa.
Speed is the biggest thing. If you do have to be out, slow down your car.
Now, parts of the Northeast, including New York on down to the South, are bracing for more rain and storms today, while to the West, another bout of blizzard conditions and heavy snow. Jared Hill, CBS News.
So the snow's causing some schools to open late or not at all today. You can see them scrolling at the bottom of your screen. We also have a list up on channel3000.com that includes daycare centers as well. There's a link right at the top of the page under the Alert Day banner. All information about late starts or closures for public and private schools are posted there.
Well, while some kids and teachers are headed back to school today, more than 150 school districts in our viewing area shut down yesterday, and they had some wonderful conditions. News 3 Now checked in with kids and parents at Cherokee Heights Middle School over at Elver Park, enjoying their snow day outside.
I'm happy that the superintendent decided to be a good snow day.
Yeah, it's fun when there's a snow day because then you get to sled and all the boring adults are inside.
This is like their dream come true, that we all get to go out and play in the snow.
How fun! And we have more snow on the way too. A big round on Friday. So this might not be the last inclement weather day we see here for a little bit.
Look how big those snowflakes are, too big and wet.
Everything was so packy yesterday. Perfect for those kiddos out sledding and building their snowmen and forts.
Hey, you heard Chris, you heard Kelly. Another round of snow coming tonight, then again into your weekend. We're going to keep you updated on the timing and the totals with our First Warn Weather and Traffic app.
Well, this is a terrible story here. This morning, a 73-year-old woman's recovering from injuries after a car hit her while she was shoveling. Madison police say it happened on Seminole Highway just before 2:25 in the afternoon. A 20-year-old driver lost control along a snow-covered route. Police say the driver noticed the woman was in the way, noticed the woman was in his path, honked the horn, tried to get her to move, but ultimately the car hit her. The woman's expected to survive.
Now to an update on a deadly crash on the north side from November. A second person is facing charges of recklessly endangering safety. Police say that person was racing the sedan that T-boned a 77-year-old car. Roderick Anderson was in that car. He died at the scene. The other car's driver is facing charges for killing him. Now this all happened in the area of Manley Street and Packers Avenue on the north side. Right now, neither of the suspects have been formally charged. They're just facing charges. We do know that this suspect is 39 years old and is still in the hospital recovering from his injuries. The man police arrested yesterday is 22.
A judge says Wisconsin's law does not allow the use of mobile absentee voting sites. The decision is a victory for Republicans who challenged Racine's use of a voting van in 2022. Republicans say the van increased the chances of voter fraud and was securing a strong Democratic turnout. Racine officials, though, and the DNC and a Milwaukee advocacy group called Black Leaders Organizing for Communities all deny those claims. They say there's no law against using the van. The judge, though, rejected that argument. If the ruling's appealed, the state Supreme Court could take the case.
6:08, it's a winter wonderland outside your window this morning. You're taking a live look at Madison's west side. The trees just covered anywhere you drive today. However, the roads could still be dicey. We're going to keep an eye on your road conditions this morning, while Kelly keeps an eye on the next round of snow coming.
We have a lot going on over the next couple of days. One storm departing, the next one coming in from the north and west will bring us some snow later tonight. We'll have the First Warn forecast just ahead.
Plus, a follow-up in the 608 this morning. The legacy one Wisconsin man leaves behind with his farm toys and the new life behind his passion.
Also ahead, morning sports, Badger men's hockey nearing the end of its non-conference schedule. We're going to hear what Mike Hastings has to say about the focus for this weekend's game against Lindenwood. Don't go anywhere.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning, brought to you by Toyota.
Dear winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 2.99% APR financing for 60 months on a tough 2023 Toyota Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Come on, Michael, come on. Catch the ball! Huddle up! Do you need to get your eyes checked? Well, actually...
Here's the play. Stanton Optical makes glasses in 30 minutes. It's easy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy!
Hut! Come on, Michael, you got this! Come on, turn! Michael, catch! I can see! You did it! I did it!
30-minute glasses? Now that's an easy play. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org. or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Hello, everyone. I'm giving this lamp away.
I'm interested.
Great. When can you pick it up? Hello?
I'm interested.
Can you pick it up today? Why did you message me?
I'd be interested.
Are you, though?
Yeah.
You bring lamp to me.
Save yourself the hassle of selling stuff online and donate it to the Salvation Army instead. Now accepting donations at our new Madison location, opening this February.
Snow on the ground means it's time to head over to Blaine's Farm and Fleet and stock up or restock your supply of snowy weather essentials. Shop great deals on quality name brand snow throwers, shovels, ice melt, and spreaders. Stay safe on snowy roads with trusted brands of tires and automotive batteries, jumper cables, antifreeze, emergency kits, and ice scrapers. Plus, we've got you covered from head to toe with great deals on boots, coats, hats, and gloves. Trust the cold weather experts and find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
In the 608 this morning, we are featuring a Wisconsin man's legacy who made such a positive impact on his community, all through his farm toys.
Quite the legacy, that is for sure. This is a follow-up story our Josh Sprider did back in 2021. Good morning, Josh.
Hey, good morning, guys. So you may have seen or even been to Marv's Farm Toys and Antiques in Monroe. Well, this morning, I'm sad to say Marv passed away late last year, but we're taking some time to look back at his story that I filed when we visited him 3 years ago. The Greene County man truly took his dream to the next level. Marvin Ruffey was known for his store, Marv's Farm Toys and Antiques. You'll find it in an alleyway off the historic downtown square in Monroe. It all began as a hobby more than 2 decades ago. A carpenter of more than 50 years, Marv always had a thing about old farm toys.
We just have fun with having a little of everything for everybody. And by brands, you know, I got my International and the John Deere and the Whites and the Olivers and Alice Chalmers, and it just, there isn't any brand I probably don't have.
Mars Farm Toys and Antiques is likely the oldest farm toy store in Wisconsin now and one of the few of its kind across the country. And this morning there's new life to his passion. Coming up in our next half hour, we're going to take a look back at Marv's full story from 2021, and I'll share what's next for Marv's Farm Toys. You know, I caught up with his daughter Teresa. She works at a new salon where we get our hair done, and she just said after we visited him, they had so many people that went there to the store, and it kept him going, right? He did it for the people, and I'm excited to share what's going to be coming next for that, because that's all he ever wanted was to have that place for the people. So
a person with a passion like Marv had for his farm toys, they just want to share that passion with everyone. And that's exactly what the store is going to continue to do, and I'm sure Marv would be very proud that we're still talking about him.
And I think a lot of people can relate to him in some way, that they might have a family member that maybe is just like Marv in that passion.
I agree.
Too. So there's a lot of good
and that's
in the
contagious.
story.
What you're talking about, that passion, it's contagious.
It really is.
Thanks for the follow-up.
Yeah,
Sorry to hear about Marv. Glad to hear that his store will live on.
Bittersweet news, yeah.
Certainly.
Hearts out. Go out to the family.
Hey, remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. There's his handle on social media and his email address, so you can reach out to him.
All right, let's get back outside and check on the forecast. We got another round of snow. What are we in for, Kelly?
Well, we've got 2 more rounds of some snow, so that's going to add on top of the about 8 inches that we saw here in the Madison area from yesterday. Of course, this stuff was very wet snow. It's sticking to the trees. Still a lot of slush on the roads, and some of that slush may be freezing as temperatures will continue to drop this morning, so maybe a little bit crusty. All right, so that storm system departing. The one that's going to be coming in this evening, racing across southern parts of Canada, moving into North Dakota, that's an Alberta Clipper. And as expected, it's going to be moving in very quickly, and it's going to be moving out very quickly, and it'll be arriving this evening. And this will be a drier snow. So yesterday, with all the snow sticking to the trees, the ratio of what would be rain, if it was rain, is about 1 to 8. So 1 inch of rain would give us about 8 inches of snow. So that's why it's a really heavy, wet snow. Usually we think about 1 to 10 is a typical snow. The one coming in tonight is going to be a powdery dry snow, a very powdery dry snow. It's one where you can almost just blow the snow off your windshield. So that'll be about a 15 to 1 ratio, and still a fairly dry snow coming on Friday. So these will be a couple of nice snows for us, not that really heavy slop that we got yesterday. And that chance of snow will be ramping up. Probably not until after the dinner hour, then around midnight. That'll be pretty steady before tapering off after about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and waking up to maybe just a few snow flurries. So today dry. It won't be until after the dinner hour. We'll see the snow spreading into southwestern Wisconsin there in Grant County, and then spreading into the Madison area after about 8, 9 o'clock. And that'll be with us through the midnight hour, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning before moving on to the east and maybe just waking up to a few flurries. Now, since it is going to be a powdery dry snow, any wind we get will be blowing that around a little bit. I don't expect a whole lot of wind out of the system, but enough to maybe cause it to blow around. In general, I expect about 1 to 3 inches across southern Wisconsin. So we will be adding some totals with this snow that we've already got on the ground. So 1 to 3 inches tonight, 6 to 9 on Friday night, and then bitterly cold temperatures we got all winter headed our way over the next week or so. We'll watch that storm coming in on late Thursday night, Friday morning. It looks like that'll be affecting the morning commute, heavy snow coming down, and it will be with us throughout the day Friday night, not even tapering off until Saturday morning. And then we got the winds on the back side of it. And since it will be a dry snow, that will definitely be causing some blowing and drifting. That's why we do have that first warn alert day for 6 to 9 inches with significant blowing and drifting. That'll be late Thursday night, mainly Friday into Friday night into Saturday morning with 6 to 9 inches widespread across southern Wisconsin. So we've got it all coming our way. Temperatures are dropping below freezing for some now. We're 31 in Madison, down to 30 in Mineral Point. Our first warn forecast, 31 today with that snow developing late this evening. Should be out of here by the time you wake up tomorrow morning. That first warn alert day, though, for that snow developing early Friday morning, continuing throughout the day Friday, diminishing Saturday, but those winds will bring in some much colder weather. First warn alert days for 6 days in a row. High temperatures struggling to get above 0 on Martin Luther King Day.
For the first time since the 1989-90 season, Wisconsin men's hockey has won 9 straight games. That year, the Badgers went on to win the national championship. Right now, this season, Mike Hastings' squad is gearing up to close out their non-conference slate with a couple more wins. Wisconsin hosts a Lindenwood team that struggled this year. They enter the Kohl Center on a 7-game skid, and the message this week: finish this part of your schedule strong.
Incredibly important. We've got to continue to get better. You know, other teams, if you look at it after Saturday night of this upcoming weekend, that's when we don't get to control what's going on. This weekend we do. Our focus has to be on that and coming back home, defending home ice, and making sure that we're on point.
And on the women's side, the Badgers stayed in the top 3 in the latest USA Hockey poll. Wisconsin sits 3rd behind WCHA foes Ohio State and Minnesota. UW closes out their 4-game homestand this weekend when they host St. Thomas. The Badgers are undefeated all time against the Tommies. Let's talk transfer portal. The Badgers have been busy. 18 now former Badgers have left from this past season and gone into the transfer portal, while 13 newcomers have transferred in. Right now, Wisconsin is the nation's 11th ranked class in the portal. Luke Fickell, he loves his linebackers. He's gotten 6 of them out of the portal this year. And yesterday, he added the 2nd ranked transfer portal linebacker in the country in Tackett Curtis. Curtis spent last season at USC, where he started 8 games for the Trojans, tallying 40 tackles and 2 sacks. The former 4-star linebacker will have 3 years of eligibility in Madison. And at a position where they really need the help, they got it too, with Albany defensive lineman Elijah Hills committing to Wisconsin yesterday. Hills had 31 tackles for Albany in 2023, more than any Badger D lineman last season. Speaking of Badger linebackers, former Wisconsin standout T.J. Watt has been ruled out of Sunday's wild card game against the Bills with a knee injury. Watt led the NFL this year with 19 sacks. The Steelers, get this, are 1-10 in games in which he does not play in his career. Expect another former Badger, Nick Herbig, to step up in Watt's absence. And with the Packers playing the Cowboys this weekend, we bring you back to 2015 to one of the most controversial plays in playoff history. Des Bryant reels in what looked like was a catch initially, and if it was called a catch, it could have very well ended the Packers' season. Instead, it was called an incompletion, saying he didn't make a football move. Was it a catch? I'll let you be the decision maker on that one. Cowboy fans are still mad about it, but I can't say I am. That's your morning sports fix. Have a wonderful Wednesday.
Still not a catch. Still not a catch.
I never saw it, so I'm gonna take your word for it.
Looks the same as it did all those years ago to me.
All right, they made the right call.
Go Pack Go here on Sunday. Still ahead, we're going to take a look at your pictures from yesterday's winter storm.
And boy, are they beautiful. But as we head to break, a look at gas prices this morning. Stay with us. News 3 Now This Morning is back after this.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
The biggest mattress clearance event is on now at Ashley's Manufacturer Liquidation Sale. Shop overstock and special purchase mattresses while they last. Or Sealy Queen mattress for as little as $9 a month. Only at Ashley.
The robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward? Ingenious.
Sardine Fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO. The landscape of fitness was bleak. Toxic instructors, shady scammers, and Bispo Bakes. Mother Fitness was angry.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Hello, my hot girl. Enough of this toxic nastiness. So she took her hotties to the judgment-free zone. Welcome to Planet Fitness, where everybody can work out in their own way.
Listen to Mother Fitness. Join for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, January 12th.
Where are my legs?
579 breaths to show them your stuff. Every breath matters. Don't let RSV take your breath away. Protect yourself from RSV with Abrysvo, Pfizer's RSV vaccine. Abrysvo is a vaccine for the prevention of lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. RSV can be serious if you are 60 or older. Having asthma, COPD, diabetes, or heart disease puts you at even higher risk. Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all who receive the vaccine. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with a weakened immune system may have a decreased response to Abrysvo. The most common side effects are tiredness, headache, pain at the injection site, and muscle pain. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. Visit these retailers or find other retailers near you at abrysvo.com.
Pick and Save always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Pick and Save app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
New Year's savings continues at Ashley. Save up to 72% off doorbusters and clearance. Get low monthly payments with no money down. Furniture has never been more affordable. It all ends Tuesday, only at Ashley.
Welcome back on your Wednesday morning. We're taking a look at some of your photos that you submitted from the winter storm yesterday. Phil is starting us off. A lot of people got a lot of snow in this area. Some pretty shots here.
It's just stunning. Take a peek at this one. I can't get over. I was trying to measure in our backyard. We were looking at 7 to 8 inches. I'm no expert, though. You know, you're not supposed to measure around where the drifts are. Look at some of these pictures. Boy.
Yeah, you know, it was this really heavy wet snow, so a lot of it was melting from underneath, as you can see still here on the patio. So
Yeah.
it is hard to measure this kind of snow, but...
Technically, you're supposed to, what? You're supposed to measure an inch. Why don't you explain it? I don't know what I'm talking about.
You're supposed to measure every hour and then brush off the board and then measure again. You know, you just keep measuring it over and over. Okay. That way you avoid the drifts and also the melting snow.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Oh, look at the pupper.
Hi, honey.
They had to be having a heyday yesterday. Huh?
Bascom had the best day. Our little mountain dog.
Some pictures.
Oh, she did great. Hey, Kelly, my dog has plenty more time to get outside, though, because we have more rounds of snow.
Yeah, it looks like some snow coming in this evening, and we're talking about maybe 1 to 3 inches. This is going to be a drier, fluffy snow, not the stuff that's sticking to the trees tonight.
This is the Alberta Clipper, right?
Yeah, Clipper, yep.
There we go. Don't go anywhere, folks. More News 3 Now this morning, right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son. The fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in, they don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Want to instantly look more attractive, years younger, and even healthier? The solution is whiter teeth. Even teeth that are just a little yellow are a problem. They rob your appearance, make you look older, and can hurt your confidence. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." So from that point on, I've been sold.
My absolute favorite thing was how easy it was. It takes literally less than 5 minutes.
Power Swabs has made a really big difference in lifting the stains and making my smile more beautiful.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. And after 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Plus, unlike other whitening methods, Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. Power Swabs are easier on your gums and cause less sensitivity.
I've used strips and trays, and they both gave me really sensitive teeth. With the Power Swabs, I've been using them for a week and nothing. I had hot coffee this morning and ice cream last night and no problems.
It's time to discover what you've been missing. Now, it's your turn to get started with Power Swabs.
I like my smile. I like my smile after finishing the Power Swabs.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now to receive 50% off this new year. You'll also receive the Power Swabs Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will also get free shipping. Order right now and take the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge. If your teeth aren't a full 2 shades whiter after your first application, simply return it and you'll get your money back.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To your big promotion.
And to your new house.
I know!
What? I guess you had to move fast in this market.
Right? Best thing I did was get a pre-approval from Summit. Once I knew my budget, I only looked at homes I could make a serious offer on.
And how's construction going on your place?
1 month left.
Must be stressful.
Actually, no. I'm working with Summit too, and they've been great about answering all my questions and guiding me along. It's been easy.
Whether you're building or buying a home, Summit Credit Union is here to help.
Right now, we're tracking road conditions this morning, so you know what to expect as you head out the door.
And to look outside this morning, the storm has left some beautiful scenery across Madison, but there's more to come, Kelly.
Yeah, we had the one come yesterday. We've got another one tonight, and yet a third one coming in Friday. We'll time it all out for you coming up.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide.
I'm Chris Stanford. It is gorgeous outside. That thick, heavy snow just stuck to everything, and everything's nice and bright white this morning.
You're taking a look at our patio out back. Oh my gosh, we can't spend enough time out there this morning. It is stunning, and there's more where that came from, folks. We're going to take a live look now at Alberta, Canada. You might wonder why. Well, that's because we're talking about an Alberta Clipper coming our way. Kelly's got the track on the next round of snow we're going to see. Sounds like it's going to be late tonight, Kelly.
Yeah, it looks like later this evening through the overnight, that's when we have the best chance of seeing about 1 to 3 inches of snow. These are Clipper systems, so they move in quickly, then they move out fairly quickly as well. And this will be a drier snow. It doesn't have as much moisture in it. It won't be that heavy wet snow like we saw yesterday. A stronger storm system will be affecting us Friday and Friday night. Could be some significant snowfall totals with that. And that will be the last of the round that we've had this week, because then we've just got some bitterly cold temperatures headed away by Sunday and next week. So here's that Alberta Clipper coming out of Alberta, Canada. Develops over the Rockies and over the plains, starting to spread some snow over the Dakotas. That's what should be arriving going into this evening. Now, this morning, we had the slushy snow yesterday. Some of that may get a little bit crunchy as these temperatures continue to drop a few more degrees over the next couple of hours. In fact, we should be in the upper 20s here this morning, so it might be a little bit crunchy. Temperatures, though, holding in the upper 20s to low 30s this afternoon. Should be dry this afternoon, no problems. It won't be until we get into the evening hours, say after 7, 8 o'clock to the west, gradually spreading toward the Madison area between 8 and 9 o'clock. And that'll be with us for the midnight hour. After about 2, 3 o'clock, most of that should be on the way out. Headed off to the bus stop this morning, just looking out for some of that slush and slop on the roads, cloudy skies. Temperatures are gradually warming back into the lower 30s today. More on that storm system tonight, and also the alert day for Friday going into Saturday. More on those coming up.
All right, talk to you then, Kelly. Let's check on the road conditions now. Shane Hogan is out on the weather patio, looking at conditions across the region. How is it out there?
Yeah, Chris, right now, I would say most of the area is kind of slushy right now. You know, Kelly's been talking about the kind of snow we saw yesterday. I'm going to pull some off this tree branch. Can you see that?
That hurts my heart when
I know, but it's for visual effect. It's that thick, wet snow, so that's why the roads are feeling kind of slushy right now. You know, the plows were out doing their best overnight, too. Here's a look at the conditions overnight, and right now, you see Madison right now is pretty green. I do want to make a quick clarification for folks, though. Those green roads, that's like the Beltline, Highway 51, not necessarily roads in downtown Madison. So just want to give people that heads up. If you are heading west to the Mount Horeb, Verona area, those areas are pink right now on 18, which means slippery stretches. You see some blue out there as well. That means snow covered. And if you're heading east on 18 towards Cambridge, that's got a red signifier that is ice covered, so you want to keep an eye on that. We did have that one crash up north near Portage. That has since been cleared, so good news there. Other than that, really no crashes to report at this hour, so that's good news as those plows continue to clean up from yesterday's snow, guys.
Shane Hogan keeping an eye on our road conditions. We appreciate you, Shane. Thank you very much. Authorities are blaming the weather for a deadly semi-crash just outside of Cambridge yesterday. Jefferson County authorities say an SUV crashed head-on into a semi. This happened on Highway 18 just east of Cambridge near the intersection with Hope Lake Road. The driver of the SUV was killed. The semi-driver wasn't hurt. Traffic reopened after more than 5 hours of cleanup there.
There was another issue involving a semi during the storm yesterday, too. This photo here was shared by the Columbia County Sheriff's Office. It shows a jackknife semi on Highway 33 near Friesland. The Walmart truck blocked the road, shut it down. Authorities were able to reopen the highway to traffic 2 hours later.
Lots of slide-offs and accidents here in Madison as well. Officers say they had to take a woman to the hospital after her rideshare crashed into a light pole. This happened on the north side near Warner Park right as the storm was picking up early in the afternoon. Police say the driver of the rideshare swerved to avoid a chunk of ice in the road and then hit the light pole. There were 2 passengers in the car. One of them, a 37-year-old woman, had to go to the hospital. Officers cited the driver for driving too fast for conditions.
If you have to shovel out this morning, here are some health tips to keep in mind, some important ones too. Winter conditions and shoveling are a perfect storm for a heart attack. Cold temperatures increase your blood pressure. Combine that with an elevated heart rate due to exercise you might not be consistently getting, and a heart attack becomes all too common. Dr. Jeff Pothoff from UW Health says watch for the warning signs.
A lot of people will sense this kind of deep pain in the center of their chest. Sometimes that pain can radiate to the jaw, to the arm. But you know, some individuals, especially women, they don't always get those classic chest pain signs. They might just feel a little bit nauseous.
Doctors also advise to push, not lift the snow. It's easier on your back, and try not to twist your body sideways. That's how people throw their back out. Finally, take frequent breaks and try not to overdo it.
Some good advice there. Hey, the city of Madison is reopening some of its non-essential operations this morning, and that includes trash and recycling pickup. If you didn't get your trash picked up yesterday because of the storm, the city's asking you to put it out today. They'll be emptying bins from Tuesday's routes today and tomorrow. So if your bin isn't empty by tonight, leave it out still. Madison is also reopening its libraries, the clerk and treasurer's office, and Olbrich Park.
So Madison still under a snow emergency this morning. That means alternate side parking rules are in effect. So your car should be parked on the even numbered side of the street right now. You could get a ticket or even towed if you're on the wrong side. Later today into tonight, you should park your car on the odd side of the street because that'll be for the 11th. That means the side with house numbers ending with odd numbers. A ticket is $60.
Hey, this is just the first round of a series of snow chances this week. You've heard that from Kelly, followed by some serious cold. We'll be pushing updates out all week over on our First Warn Weather app. Follow along there.
To campaign 2024 now. We are hearing from former President Donald Trump after his legal team argued for presidential immunity. In front of a skeptical court, the Trump team argued that official presidential acts are not reviewable by the courts unless the president has already been impeached and convicted by Congress. Special counsel Jack Smith's team refuted those claims, saying that no president is above the law. The court sees this as a complex issue that could send ripples across the legal and political world. The former president, though, says it's simple.
And I feel that as a president, you have to have immunity. Very simple. And if you don't, as an example, if this case were lost on immunity, and I did nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong, I'm working for the country.
Special counsel Jack Smith rejected that claim as baseless, noting that it would allow a future president to, among other things, order the National Guard to say murder his most prominent critics. This comes less than a week before the Iowa caucuses, where former President Trump hopes to turn his legal battles into political victories.
Some Republicans now say they're willing to shut down the government if Democrats don't meet their demands. This afternoon, a GOP group is set to hold an event to explain their views. Amy Kiley reports.
There's a likelihood we could have a week or two short-term, shutdown.
A growing number of Republicans say they'd support using a government shutdown as a negotiating tactic. Right now, the U.S. is operating under a two-part funding plan that expires January 19th and February 2nd. Some conservatives say letting the clock run out could pressure Democrats into more spending cuts and tighter border security. Several are holding an event this afternoon to explain that position. They have support from a few GOP leaders.
There are only some very rare exceptions and extenuating circumstances. The border is one of those.
There's a real urgency to get these appropriation bills passed.
But the group doesn't speak for the whole party.
We absolutely cannot have a government shutdown.
It's just a small minority. Unfortunately, we just have a small majority.
Past polling suggests shutdowns are unpopular, and this is an election year. Speaker Mike Johnson says House and Senate leaders are working on a long-term bipartisan plan. Democrats are signaling they could support it, but working across the aisle is what cost former Speaker Kevin McCarthy the gavel.
But people are saying that at home, and they do not want to see our Republican Speaker of the House getting rolled in these meetings behind closed doors.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
GOP sources say party leaders have floated the idea of another stopgap funding plan, but they'd prefer to pass a long-term bill. Okay, it's 6:39 now. The storm leaving behind some beautiful scenery across Madison this morning. Taking a look at the west side, all the heavy snow on trees and power lines here. Picturesque, but the roads could still be dicey. We're keeping an eye on them for you. Well, Kelly keeps an eye on the next round of snow.
Yeah, we've got 2 more rounds of some snow headed our way. It is quiet for now, but we'll have the first warm forecast, including some bitterly cold temperatures this weekend coming up.
Also ahead, a follow-up of the 608 this morning. The legacy one Wisconsin man leaves behind with his farm toys and the new life behind his passion.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Embrace the season of giving at the Century House. Donate $50 or more to charity and get $200 off any stressless recliner with power, any stressless recliner and ottoman, or any stressless home office chair. Or get $200 off each stressless sofa seat, or $400 off all stressless Mayfair recliners and ottomans in all Paloma leather colors. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Spectrum Mobile brings you our best deal to start the new year. Now you can get unlimited mobile for $15 per line. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Save over $1,400 for the first year. Call 855-231-7007. Spectrum Mobile includes nationwide 5G and the fastest wireless speeds with unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line. Call 855-231-7007 or visit a Spectrum store near you.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
Try it this new year for only $14.95. Plus, get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Interested in an electric vehicle? Bergstrom has the largest selection of electric vehicles and a team you can trust. Buy with confidence and complete peace of mind from Wisconsin's #1 automotive retailer. Bergstrom Automotive, driven to deliver gas, hybrid, or electric.
Surgenian's landfill-free guarantee has kept more than 20 million pounds of commercial and residential carpet and pad from area landfills. Visit Madison's largest showroom of flooring options, including eco-friendly products. Local, sustainable Surgenian's.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Thursday at 10. For 5 decades, they traveled across Wisconsin and beyond, telling the stories of ordinary folks.
We always had fun. It's never work if it's fun.
But even the best things come to an end.
A little bittersweet.
I'll sit down with the dynamic duo behind News 3 Now's Traveler.
You've done so many stories.
1,000. And 3 or 4 good ones.
Revisiting favorite moments and spilling secrets. Traveler calls it a wrap. Thursday on News 3 Now at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Morning, meteorologist Kelly Slifka out on the snowy patio. What a difference a day makes. Really got the heavy, wet snow sticking to just about everything. Everything's completely white, and it's eerily quiet out here this morning. Obviously, snow actually absorbs a lot of the sound, so just a really peaceful morning. And we are looking at more snow that'll be moving on in as well. And then some bitterly cold temperatures. In fact, any snow that we accumulate now is going to be pretty much sticking around going into next week. Much of the country, at least the eastern 2/3 of the country, will be at or well below average, it looks like. So we're talking about some really brutally cold temperatures, something we haven't seen for about a year's time. All right, here are some of the snowfall reports, and we did have some hefty snowfall coming in. The highest I could find was about a foot in Muscadet. Dodgeville had 10 inches, Cuba City as well. Rock Springs 9 inches, over 6 inches in Richland Center, and then to the east in Jefferson picked up 5 inches. Now around the Madison area, Mineral Point 10.7 inches. Here at the studio, about 8.5 inches. Cross Plains 8.2. Same goes for Windsor, New Glarus 7.4. The airport 5.7. It was that heavy wet snow, so some of that's been melting from underneath. So we've got another system moving in. This one will bring in a drier, a more powdery snow, one that you'll be able to just blow off your windshield come tomorrow morning. Probably won't have to scrape that off. But that won't be coming in until later tonight. Dry throughout the day today. As we get through about 7, 8 o'clock, our southwestern counties, then the Madison area, 8, 9 o'clock, expecting some of that to spread through the area. Midnight, we are expecting fairly steady snows coming through. After about 2, 3 o'clock, most of that moving to the east through Juneau and Watertown, coming to an end there. And all of us just expecting some flurries come tomorrow morning, but it's going to be turning fairly breezy, maybe 1 to 3 inches generally across southern Wisconsin. So we are expecting some dry, powdery accumulation tonight. 6 to 9, though, coming in Friday night. Then those bitterly cold temperatures come in. So Thursday dry most of the day. It really won't be until late Thursday night, Friday morning primarily. Probably going to be affecting the morning commute with some heavier snow, accumulating snow at that point, and that will continue throughout the day, and the winds will kick in on the backside of it. This snow really won't let up until we get into a Saturday morning. Later in the morning, those northwest winds will cause some blowing and drifting. That's why we have the first morning alert day for that 6 to 9 inches of snow and blowing and drifting right through Saturday morning. Widespread 6 to 9 inches. Here we go again. 31 right now in Madison, 32 in the Dells. So we are starting to drop below freezing, at least in some locations. So some of that slush might be turning a little bit crusty. Otherwise, it's going to be quiet today with that snow tonight. Snow moves in late Thursday night, mainly Friday morning, affecting the commute. It'll continue all day long with blowing and drifting into Saturday morning. Then we really plummet. We have first warning alert days from Friday right through next Wednesday.
Okay. Buckle up, Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, this has just been really hectic. I mean, up and down, and we've got another week of some really cold temperatures, but at least it will be dry.
Buckle up, more like hunker down.
Hunker down, you're right.
Batten the hatches.
We're living in the weather center for the next couple of days. Thank you very much, Kelly. 6:45, a Wisconsin man's legacy lives on this morning after he made a positive impact with his farm toys in the 608.
This is a follow-up to a story that Josh Breider brought us back in 2021. A bittersweet update to this story, Josh.
Yeah, certainly is. So if you live in Monroe or have visited before, you may have seen or even been to Marv's Farm Toys and Antiques. Well, I'm sad to say Marv passed away late last year, but this morning there is new life to his passion. We're taking a look back at this story I filed when we visited him 3 years ago.
I used to go deer hunting. Now I don't deer hunt. I hunt toys.
You'll find Marvin Rufy living the dream.
For me, it's living in heaven.
The 77-year-old Monroe man is known for his store, Marv's Farm Toys and Antiques, in an alleyway off the historic downtown square. What started as his small hobby about 20 years ago is likely the oldest farm toy store in Wisconsin now, and one of the few of its kind across the country.
I'm not in it for the money as much as I am for the fun of it, really.
Marvin has been a carpenter for more than 50 years, which makes sense when you see some of the tools and items he has inside. But his hobby is his life.
Before, I was physically working all the time. And I enjoyed doing that, but I never dreamt I would have something like this that I would enjoy this much.
There isn't much you can't find here. So my grandpa had that same combine.
Is that right?
Yeah. From kids to adults' toys, and even a few antiques, too.
Apple peeler. The high collectible ones, of course, get up in money, but I like them, so I figure, well, somebody else does, too, and they do. You'd be surprised what I sell.
Marvin says people travel from near and far.
They become family.
Sometimes not even knowing what they're after.
And I get old timers coming in, they'll spend 2 hours in here just looking, and they may not buy anything, but we still have a good time.
Marv hopes to keep it going for another 20 years, even if he doesn't make another dime.
So Marv's daughter, Teresa, shared these images with me from Marv's funeral in November. She tells me Marv planned his entire funeral service, even lining up friends for a procession to the cemetery with, you can see the old farm equipment and antiques there. So as for Marv's Farm Toys and Antiques, Marv's friend Don Steiner is taking it over. He helped Marv out on Saturdays a lot, and I'm happy to report that they are going to be staying open on Saturdays, just like Marv has always been. So it's one of those things, you know, obviously he passed away, but his legacy still lives on in that community. Like, he made his mark, and look at the difference that he's still making.
So he's obviously a staple in that community, but you said after you first did this story, lots of visitors started pouring in, and I want to take Zeke now too.
Oh, it's so cool, and like just the way that, you know, obviously Monroe is a beautiful downtown square anyways, so much history there, but you go down this alleyway into, and it's just like you go into like a Disney World of farm toys. Like, there's a little bit of everything. I mean, big and small. It is something to see, so please go check it out. It is pretty amazing.
A lifetime of passion that will live on.
Oh my gosh, yeah. What a wonderful man, a wonderful family too.
Wonderful way to remember him.
There you go.
Appreciate the update, Josh.
Yeah, you bet.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. There's his handle on social media. Shoot him an email as well if you'd like to be featured. Just about 6:50. Coming up in the morning sprint, we're learning new information about a car crash that has 3 people in jail.
We're back after this.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
The bag is back at Menards. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag, from household items and pet toys to power tools and even your favorite snacks. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag. This deal won't last long. Hurry in to get your bag and see how much you can save. Sale ends January 14th.
Save big money at Menards.
$579 breaths to show them your stuff. Every breath matters. Don't let RSV take your breath away. Protect yourself from RSV with Abrysvo, Pfizer's RSV vaccine. Abrysvo is a vaccine for the prevention of lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. RSV can be serious if you are 60 or older. Having asthma, COPD, diabetes, or heart disease puts you at even higher risk. Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all who receive the vaccine. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with a weakened immune system may have a decreased response to Abrysvo. The most common side effects are tiredness, headache, pain at the injection site, and muscle pain. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. Visit these retailers or find other retailers near you at abrysvo.com.
The landscape of fitness was bleak. Toxic instructors, shady scammers, and Bispo bakes. Mother Fitness was angry.
Megan the Stallion.
Hello, my hot girl. Enough of this toxic nastiness. So she took her hotties to the judgment-free zone. Welcome to Planet Fitness, where everybody can work out in their own way.
Listen to Mother Fitness. Join for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, January 12th.
Where are my legs?
It's a robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward? Ingenious.
Sardine Fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first time, on time, and for a great price. Be certain that the right moments will matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com. 4imprint, for certain.
Gruber Law Offices. One call,
That's all.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
The city of Madison is currently under a snow emergency. That means alternate side parking rules are in effect until tomorrow morning. This is helping plows clear the roads. When you park your car tonight, make sure you do it on the odd-numbered side of the street. If you don't, you're facing a fine and a tow.
A fatal crash was partially due to the severe weather yesterday. That's according to the Jefferson County authorities. They say an SUV crashed head-on into a semi on Highway 18. It happened near the highway's intersection with Hope Lake Road. The crash killed the driver of the SUV. Traffic reopened a little more than 5 hours after the crash was first reported.
Another semi-related crash closing Highway 33 during the storm. Take a look. This Walmart semi jackknifed on the road. You can see it completely blocked it to traffic. This happened near Friesland in Columbia County. Police were able to get the highway back up and running about 2 hours after the crash.
If you live in Madison, it's okay to put your trash can out this morning. Service is scheduled to continue today. If yesterday was your day to put out your trash can, put it out there today. The city's using today and tomorrow as makeup days. If it's not picked up by Thursday night, you might want to contact the city to sort it out.
Madison police have a second person under arrest in connection with a deadly crash on the city's north side from November. Officers say two cars were racing moments before it happened. One of the cars T-boned another vehicle and killed the driver. The driver of the second racing car was arrested Monday. He faces a felony charge of recklessly endangering safety.
We're now learning about arrests following a crash last weekend. Madison police say they arrested 3 people following a crash on the city's far west side. The arrest came after a stolen Jeep rear-ended a car. A canine was used to track the 3 who were found and arrested. All 3 are charged with operating a vehicle without the owner's consent as party to a crime.
The man accused of shooting someone outside a bar last month has a $50,000 cash bond this morning. Police say 35-year-old Dedonta Davis shot a man in the parking lot of Monkey Shine's bar in Fitchburg. The man did survive. This all happened 2 days before Christmas. Davis is charged with recklessly endangering safety and having a gun as a convicted felon.
Donald Trump's lawyers are arguing he's immune from prosecution in the 2020 election subversion case. Appearing before an appeals court, the former president's attorney said judges should dismiss the indictment. Special counsel Jack Smith's team, though, saying that giving Trump immunity in this case would open a floodgate, allowing, among other things, a president to, say, order the National Guard to murder his most prominent critics.
5 minutes away from 7 o'clock. Temperatures still around freezing, sitting at 31. Some locations dropping the upper 20s. Some of the slush that we got from yesterday may be turning a little bit crunchy this morning. Just cloudy skies. Should be quiet today as we dip in the upper 20s here briefly, then climbing back to low 30s this afternoon. Expecting the snow to develop as we go through the evening hours. 8, 9 o'clock off to the west, spreading through the Madison area between 9 and 10 o'clock. And it will be pretty steady there for a few hours, so that could give us a 1 to 3 inch accumulation before ending tomorrow morning. Just cloudy, though, in advance of that snow today. As temperatures climbing to low 30s. We do have a first warn alert day for some snow that'll be developing late Thursday night, continuing right through Saturday. Could be talking about 6 to 9 inches of snow.
We're going to keep an eye on those alert days right here on News 3 Now. Stay with us. Another update in half an hour.